wanting to get some more games under my belt with GSZ Minstrel. From little I played with it so far, not impressed. Neither by GSZ as always, and Minstrel just tended not to really come up. Do I think red decks being successful has to do with standard being big? I've heard that argument before, I don't know. Someone was saying green-white cage was gonna have bad mana. They print 5 shocks in Edge of Eternities, but I don't remember which ones because it seems like no Temple Garden, so it is gonna be pretty bad for green-white cage. I think I should just go for constructs if I got Fort Seized. The Gate Rush ones, okay. I don't remember which Gate Crash, which ones were the Gate Crash ones. Wait, Street Wraith? So they Death Shadow deck? Sure seems like it. 8 life points, holy shit. Wandering Minstrel, marvelous card. Oh, anyone in the chat edging for an eternity? Oh, what is that name? Enemy plus Dimir plus Gruul minus Izzet minus Golgari, which had to do with dual decks Izzet versus Golgari. Damn, that's eye-opening. I did not know about that. So what you're saying is that because of dual decks Izzet versus Golgari, they included Izzet and Golgari and Return to Ravnica set and replaced Dimir and Gruul. Just gonna make a construct sorcery speed to save time. That's wild. Escape shift. I don't think I'll die next turn. Draw spell, discard, free. Exile 3 spells, 9, 12, so I live. And I have a Grazer on top of that. Don't you have a win here? Do I? Can't cast my escape shift, yeah. There's no real benefit to playing the Minstrel. It's not much benefit to playing the Analyst either. Maybe. Maybe there is. Actually, if I mill over a Lotus Field. Interesting. Also, Barczek, dziękuję za suba, mordeczko. Kozacko zrobiłeś. Okay, I take damage now. It's fine. New card, Cecil. How do I deal with Cecil? Damn, no counterspell? No force, no nothing, nice. We have Dismember, Into the Flood Maw, which I have put into my sideboard to respect Ashiok more, because Ashiok is getting popular. Sort of. Escape shot for 1 land is something. Yeah, I would get Lotus Field, and then my opponent would be Giga Dead. Do you still side out Sagas against Idiot Tuna? You can join my Discord and then find my sideboard guide in there, which is going to tell you how I sideboard. And there's zero reason to board out Saga against Harbinger now. You actively don't want to do that, so I'm kind of surprised that people even ask this question. Like, yeah, of course I don't. Keep it. It turned from one of the most awkward cards into one of the best cards in the matchup overnight. Let's go F61. Good Cultivator Grazer. You haven't played the MTG since the rules change, yeah, but you have like a brain, right, and the ability to reason. Yeah, Lotus is also a possible card. It's pretty bad to draw against Frog mostly. This is a keep. Probably not. Maybe it is. I can draw an untapped land and it's gonna be good. Can you play Vivi in your Titan deck? No. Holy shit, he is still streaming smiley face. I am, yes. It's been 20 days with no Kani stream. But I have returned. Vegas was nice. That's a great draw. I enjoyed my time. I did not requalify, but also who cares? Like the PDs right now. They're nice, but also just feels like all the time you're just trying to chase the ability to barely requalify for the next one. That's a bit lame. Of course, I'm saying that because I failed and I did not get there, but oh, I would be saying something entirely different if I actually did requalify. And then also I watch PT Consign. When I watch PT coverage and I see people, are they either blatantly cheating or playing the game so carelessly that it no longer really resembles Magic the Gathering all that much, then I also get tilted and don't like that, so. Cecil, Dark Knight, Death Shadow. Was that on purpose? Who was cheating? Yeah, I don't know, but who was playing with blatant disregard for playing the game properly? There's been a few matches, like Ian Robb versus Connor McKenzie. A game where 10,000 mistakes happen, and I don't like that. Don't know which one is better to get, so we're going to say heads 6 and tails is tracker. Tails is tracker, okay. Sure. Even Matnas fetched 2 same name towns while casting Reach the Horizons. Yeah, that rule is actually fucked up because I wouldn't realize that as well. Also, in round 9, also did a thing where I very confidently cast a diamond weapon for 5 mana with 2 permanents in my graveyard. Because for some reason, this card reads to me like it costs 7 total, but of course it costs 9 total. And I also did not like that. It was not good that it happened. Soup latte. Well, it's not quite lethal. I can play Titan. But should be good enough to play Titan. I'll get so many clues with my tracker. 1 mana short of lethal. But where do you see lethal? Oh yeah, there was also like a limited game where Jody Keefe against some guy. And that guy in question just drew a card for no reason at some point. It's crazy shit. Let's make sure not to lose to Harbinger. What is this clue? Damn, you're showing a lot of growth, character growth, ultimate price. Impressive. I mean, is my opponent even playing Harbinger? Maybe they do. Let's play around it. If you play Vesuva / Deeps during a Mr. Beast trigger, do you have to select which target at the moment you lay the card down or at the end? Vesuva or Deeps, they don't target. They have a replacement effect, altering how they enter the battlefield. So the answer is you have to choose immediately. We won. Thank you, Happiness Ltd, for firing our prelim. Let's play. TBO MTG. With a name like this, I'm sure they are on Boros Energy. I think my hand on the draw is not so great. This is okay. To be honest, yeah. Mountain. Goblin Guide. Occasionally, a person like this just pops out of nowhere, brings their burn deck, and they play a prelim to party. I don't know. When I started playing, Goblin Guide was a top tier card in Bern. And at first I really couldn't understand it, like, what? You draw your opponent cards? How is that good? Turns out it isn't. That's a lot of years, Jimba. You tried to find a burn deck and couldn't find it in any list, damn. So we could have played against 2 burn decks in a single prelim in the first 2 rounds, that's crazy. Kani, how many Mox points did you qualify with last season? Was it last season or was there a season already since then? Around 40? Probably below 40. I removed the black hair on my basic forest. No, it's actually just tiny plants. But it kind of looks like hair, yeah, I never noticed that. Crazy. I've seen that you had 1 billion points already, Mycosynth. Yeah, there was another mock since I... Yeah, it already happened. There was another mock that happened since I played mine in January. Mycosynth, 40 points, top 5 finishes. There's still like, what? September, 2 months? And all of the showcases still. Of course, you can't say that you're locked or anything, but you're definitely in a good spot, Mycosynth. Odds are on your side. Bringing up points just to flex, yeah, nice move by Sauce here, just making sure that chat is aware that he's winning on Magic Online. Ah, okay, says opponent. Sounds like they're playing against Amulet for the first time ever, or for the first time in a while. Any cards worth sideboarding against Bern? It's just fire magic, but only if they have Tunnel Ignis. And I don't really want it otherwise. But if they are not really aware, Flood Maw does the same for less, then, well, yeah, I guess 3 mana to sweep Goblin Guides. You're right, it's probably better to Flood Maw. Maybe Otawara as well. Flood Maw so good. Literally never drew it in Amulet so far, still, yet, but Ashiok is getting more popular, it does make sense to try to build a deck in a way where it's a bit better against Ashiok. Cards that are good against Ashiok are Into the Flood Maw, Beast Within, and Tireless Tracker. Maybe there is something else in that, but those are the major ones, I think. And Beast Within is kind of sus. Oh, maybe I'll play one. It's nice against Eldrazi and similar. Do I want to play my Amulet this turn? They only have 3 cards in hand. Yeah, let's wait. Maybe also good against Neoform. Beast Within? Hardly, right? Doesn't really do much. It's nice in the mirror and against Eldrazi. Kill land. O kurwa, tunel Ignusa ma, faktycznie. How much damage is that? 3 damage. Ay caramba. Remember when they had the Onion Ring in Amulet and you could just... When you had the Onion Ring in Amulet and you could just play it and gain protection? Flood Maw, good versus Neoform? Oh yeah, for sure. Well, for sure. Yeah, it's alright. I'm not searching for anything. Maybe I could get Otawara, but I think I can get it next turn and then just not take extra damage. Opponent is on 1 card only. Barbarian Ring, which seems like it's never gonna get turned on. Is Tunnel Ignus the best card in Modern right now? Holy shit, that's Into the Flood Maw. Have we already replaced Angel's Tomb with the new Townland? What's Angel's Tomb? You mean Radiant Fountain? I don't play it. If I were to play... I mean, so if I were to play Minstrel, then for sure it's better to play... Holy shit, I closed Buka in my closet. Sometimes my closet just starts rustling and it turns out that I just closed Buka in there for... And she's been there for a past hour or so. It's a cat. So bad then, no. Not so bad indeed. Into the Flood Maw identical to Fire Magic here. If I had a Radiant Fountain in the list, would there be anything other than Burn it would come in for? It's alright against energy, but kinda less so, because it's not that common that 2 life makes a difference against energy. Sometimes it is gonna make a difference. I mean, 2 life, like oftentimes it's 6 life if you draw the fountain. It's alright against energy, but it's not that big of a deal. And also, importantly, against energy, I guess it's not important anymore, but it used to be important that it was a colorless producing land when people really loved bringing Obsidian Charmo. But ever since nearly everyone has switched to Molten Rain, it's less important. Alright, chat. We are looping. We need Spelunking and we need to gain 8 life and then we're good, I guess. Maybe 16. I have found Spelunking. Minstrel being giga relevant, yes. But yeah, if you were to play Radiant Fountain, then of course if you play Minstrel you would play the town Radiant Fountain so that you have the option to pay 8 mana to give your creatures +1/+1. Giga relevant line of text. But obviously more relevant than just no line of text whatsoever. Which is a reason not to run Minstrel or the town, just in general, because it's just not worth it then to occupy your mind with. +2/+2 of a land clone. You can even get a +3/+3 if you copy Vesuva with Deeps and you have 3 Radiant Fountains in play. That's sick. What's with the Into the Flood Maw brew? Hey, this is my sick new brew, chat. I'm playing Into the Flood Maw. Funny choice of words. I put Into the Flood Maw into my deck mainly because there has been more Ashoks. So that's a solution to Ashok. Excellent play as usual, my Polish king. Cheers. Fun interaction. Ban mode opponent for Bantog. I am afraid I can't do that. 44% win rate against Mill. The Amulet deck is way better against Mill now. With Analyst, they sometimes actually mill you and you draw your Woodland or Analyst and you just kind of win because of that. Mesa pass. I also haven't really played much against the Mill deck with Analyst, but only got like 5 matches in, maybe. Set the SK control. Yeah. Let's go, Wrath of the Skies. 2 mana, destroy everything. Is this a map game? No, this is a get all my lands destroyed by a 2 mana sorcery game and die. O ty skurwysynu, no. Jak ten śmieć. Gdzie landy? Nimo. Nimo lądów. I don't have a can cover in my deck. Would be useful here. Flage. Dawaj konsajnika, no. Nie? Dobra. To nie. No to jadymy, no co, no. Force check. I Force of Vigor, pinching smells now, okay. I Arena of Glory Flage, Titans of Throttle. I deal 12 damage, that's fine. Kurwa no, ty śmieciu. Spelunking over the top, nope. Sad. Well, I mean, So we have Minstrel, but it's horrible in this spot because it just gets flaged. So I can't really get a Minstrel now. I think this game kinda shows the weakness of GSZ versus Explore. I have no Explore, so it's gonna be hard to trim Grazers. Not good, chat. We don't have much of a sideboard now. I keep the Minstrel in against a Flage deck, I guess. Maybe I should keep all the Scape Shifts. Seems maybe more likely that Escape Shift is useful than Minstrel. Well, I guess Minstrel we are hard testing, so I guess let's go with Minstrel. Would I reconsider including Triad since I'm playing GSZ? Oh, not really. Sloth is better than the Minstrel. I can see that. What would be good, it would be having Explorers. I think I can keep this if there is a Simic Growth Charmer on the top of my deck. Can't win with a hand like this. I mean, we have a plan, so... Dumpling Sphere. It's cost mana. Sure. Dumping Sphere is kinda odd in a Wrath of the Skies deck, perhaps, in this matchup. Should I play my Analyst? Don't think so. This is 1 mana now, the tax doesn't carry over. Consign my Amulet? That's fine. I want a bounce land? Stock up! Oh no. They have this list. Okay, I'll upload it. Come on. Miarka się przebrała. I'm playing my Analyst. No, we're not going to Yemen just yet. That might happen next turn, but unlikely. Given that there is no Yemen to go to in the graveyard currently. Seems like this game is hard to win. Indeed. It is quite impossible to win from this point on. Should have simply not mulliganed, I guess. Although maybe there's no counterspell. Cultispiut, no ja pierdolę, nie? Jakim hiciorem mi pierdalną. Kurwa, dysputą mnie zabije, nie? Co za typ. You actually won a match, congrats. It seems like so will my opponent. Yeah, I mean, we're playing, they have 2 cards in hand. Maybe it's just 2 more lands. Then they flage and I die, but maybe I don't die. Oh, Arena. Yeah. Oh! Of course, Arena with Dumping Sphere, classic. Make a call, less mana. So you actually can haste flage still, you just need to cast a second spell before you cast flage, then you can pay 5 for flage. And then you can haste it. That is so funny. Yeah, in paper I absolutely would have done that. Investigate is also funny with Dumping Sphere. Resolves. Do I want to attack? Not really. Oh, still pretty rough. Maybe I do attack and I just get Battle Downs. Tireless Tracker, yeah. Tireless Tracker is the only solution to Ashok in this format, and people play Ashok, so. I think they do, like at least like when I feel like I see it a bit more often than I used to. Canister MTG shows how to haste a creature properly. Yeah, that's how you haste a giant. You sure Jendrik has 4 Ashoks at FNM? No, Jendrik doesn't metagame at FNMs. I do a lot. Or at least I used to, because we don't play them anymore. Only cube meetings have remained. Vivi był trochę grany i jeszcze będzie. Nie bój żaby. Maybe I should just win instead of attacking with a Titan. Seems like I should just win. Guess if opponent drew consign. In fact. Oj, Mistrela se kupiłeś i zgubiłeś. No to przejebane masz, typku. But you don't need it most likely anyway, so not much of a loss. Remember when we were saying how this game is gonna be giga hard to win 2 turns ago, and then I'm winning it right now, seemingly? Never give up, never surrender. We are going to Yemen right now. Those have a Fraben charm or something, but it doesn't seem like they do. Nice. Holy shit. Nice deck, bro. Maybe I want a forest if they have Dumping Sphere to have a few more green sources. The Vexing Bauble is somewhat sus. I think Minstrel, it was clear it would have been bad this game, so we can cut it now because we've seen it already. Flash, just too bad of a matchup into Flash. Flash is free removal for creatures with 3 or less toughness. Pasito, pasito, despacito. How is Minstrel on a scale from Zakama to Mr. Beast? If Mr. Beast is 10 and Zakama is 1, which is also a weird way to start your scale, then Minstrel is gonna be 5. But I wouldn't start my scale that way. I would... Like, Zakama had its moments. Like, Zakama was actually good at a point. Maybe it never was. But trust, it was good. No ja pierdolę, ale gówno. Dobra. Tu jedziemy. Otawara as well. Also, keeping a Lotus Field hand against a Dumping Sphere deck. Ay, caramba. Survival to the top. Dumpling Sphere, dobra. O, pierdolę. No nie, co to za rękę kipnąłem? Gównianą. Kurna. This is such a bad hand. But it would be unfair to mulligan to 5 twice, so I didn't want to. Maybe a bad reasoning. We have a green source. Don't think I want to play the Analyst now. Seems like it gains me nothing, even if I untap with it, so... I just want to draw a Spelunking into a bounced land. That's what I want, yeah. Ashiok, no nie, no to jest przesada. That is too much. Can't even GSZ for a tracker. Mill, sure. Why no mill last turn and mill this? No, my tracker is gone. Oh, if they just milled 4 cards of their deck, makes sense. No, they milled my deck. I mean, I can't really do it now. Counter spell. Stock up, no. I don't know if stock up is modern level, power level appropriate. I guess I did used to play it myself in Titan. Kind of for the lose. But somehow losing to stock up control feels a little bit unfortunate. In 2 turns, there's gonna be no Ashiok, and then we can win. Child, anyone has inside info what format Liverpool Spotlight Series will be or when they will announce? It's gonna be Edge of Eternity sealed. Is it correct to use Ashiok's ability? There's not that much downside to using it, and it does mean that some cards are permanently gone from my deck. And they exile my woodland, for example. That means I will never loop even if I bounce the Ashiok, so given that I can't really damage Ashiok, it's fine to just use it. Because it doesn't take exiling much to interfere with my ability to loop. It can be meaningful to hit a Mirrorpool, Woodland, Lotus Field, so I think it's alright. Baku 91, dziękuję za subera. A jestem wyjebany. Ashok is so deeply unfair because even if you have a bounce spell for it, like what are you gonna do? You're gonna bounce it and then you still don't win. So maybe the Into the Flood Maw is actually not a great idea. But there is a chance you can recast Dart with Sex in paper. Okay. Bounce land. Oh, holy shit. Does the Grapeshot in sideboard actually do that, Admiral Akbra? Is my opponent playing Song of Creation? Hori? Steel Cutter? Mox Amber, okay. Louis Yakut, thank you very much for 32 months of subbing. Rebuke is not real, by the way. Yeah, it costs 1 mana. Which they don't have. Minstrel MVP once again, yeah. Minstrel, I mean, I could actually play Minstrel now to do the spelunking thing of making me resolve my triggers quicker. Not having to put amulet triggers on the stack. But it also makes me unable to haste 3 Titans, so it actually slows me down. So I think it's actually a mistake. Kinda need to evaluate him post side. Well, if it's in my deck game 1, I also need to evaluate it game 1. I can't haste all of my Titans now. Am I going to perma side into GSZ1 Minstrel? No, but that's a downside of the card, right? Like, it would be stronger if it wasn't the case, right? Clearly. This was not the best execution of the combo turn, chat. My opponent will get to untap. It's actually giga horrible what I did. Because I can't even loop now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 3, 9, no nie, ja pierdzielę. You can loop on main too. I don't think I could have after playing the minstrel and bouncing it. If I hadn't played the minstrel, I was just supposed to haste 4 titans, which is what I originally wanted to do, but I kind of strayed away from that path, and then that's how it went. Anyways, we won, so it's good. Do I want Bojuka Bog against some Timur Emery deck? Welcome back, Badger TK. Badgeros, TKros. Isn't Saga great versus Blue-Red? Well, I don't know. It's my point playing Blue-Red. They played a breeding pool. That indicates Hanweir Mites. It's kind of hard to lose to their deck if you don't get Emery Mites spammed, so... Or Nature's claimed on Saga. But I'm not sure what's exactly in their deck. Besides Cory, of course. Let's play Sex. Could make an argument for Bosseduing a Cory this turn, but I think that feels too weak. Could play the Collector Ouphe to let my opponent do less stuff, but also I'm not really worried about that. Holy shit, 2 more Steel Cutters in the graveyard. Cory Steel Cutler. Blue mana. Mox Opal. 4 mana. Repeal. What's the problem? Playing Sex did not pay off too much. Actually, Giga Punish for playing Sex. Hopefully they can't cast 2 things next turn and then I don't die. Although with Mox Opal in the graveyard, might be a bit rough. Nope, they can, that's nice. Grazer is a really good draw here. Definitely don't want to Boseju them all that much. If I can avoid it. I think I left map with Ouphe in my deck, kind of a non-bo. This, spend this on Sex. Play Crumbling Vestige. Keep 4 mana up. Sounds good. No attack, no need to attack. Don't want to spend my interaction first. I'll wait for my opponent. Play Mox. Yeah, that's good. Land. Harbinger of Disease. That's interesting. I get 2 monks, that's actually kind of crazy. Whoops, aj kurwa. Niedobrze. I mean, those are 2/2s. But it is niedobrze. Did not mean to resolve Harbinger. I mean, 3 Cory Steel Cutters, that's a lot of monks. Just gonna do this. Take 4, bouncy Harbinger and try to win on my turn. Or make a construct and just a bounce Harbinger. Is that better in any way? Well, I have an extra construct. Doesn't seem better though. It seems hard to survive at 1 life against triple Cory Steel Cutter. Just draw a Titan. Gruul Turf. Oh, does making a construct make a difference? If I hit a Titan, I can still cast it. Cultivator Colossus, I can, so I think I'll just get an Amulet and attack with 6. I got a Green Sun Zenith, which is not quite what I need. And map, which unfortunately doesn't do it either. I have 9 minutes. I'll just scope and move to the next game. But it was interesting how this went. Also, I had no Colossus in my deck. Let's have the Colossus, Into the Flood Maw, Otawara, Sagas if it's a Harbinger deck, Forest. I would like to trim some lands, though. That's gonna be challenging. So I think Mycosynth Gardens is gonna go. Which puts me at 32 lands, which is a lot, but I guess we can just play a bigger deck. Yeah. Cut them up. Given the Ouphe. Cut the Minstrel because it's useless in this matchup. Could play Bauble on the play. Traveling Chicken? Never. Alright, 67. That's gonna be a way to reduce my land. That's got to be the way to reduce my land count. The Traveling Chicken looks no good to me at all. I don't understand it. So they keep... Is -1 Lotus Field ever a thing? Well, if I did not cut down on scape shifts, but yeah, occasionally. Against Frog, I think it's very reasonable to trim a second Lotus Field. It's pretty bad to draw, and if you cut scape shifts all the time. Return 1. Sure. I play Saga. I think opponent is not playing Song of Content Creation with Vivio Interior. They're playing blue, red artifacts. Can I consign it or what? This is a Flame of Honor? Passing with 3 mana? Might be. You sold a fall chicken for 70 euros today. Enough to buy and eat 12 real chickens? Damn. Are Eldrazi even a thing anymore? They're not, because everybody is playing 4 consigns to memory. It's a hostage situation. But the hostages are the sideboard slots. Alright, opponent. Seems like potentially a consign versus flame situation. Perhaps. Kurwa, no kliknij jakiś guzik w końcu, kumplu, no. Now you kill Amulet and draw 2. No, you don't. That's crazy. You just do nothing. Vivi Ornithier. Really? That's it? Well, I guess it's not it, of course, like they cast a lot more. Presumably. Repeal. Okay. Quarry Steel Cutter. Okay. Harbinger of Disease. Well, at this point, it's a problem, yeah. It's a bit much. Need a draw stop now. So why is there a breeding pool in the blue-red deck? Just the might. And I presume they play Saga as well. This time Song is good for sure. Oh, it for sure is. Although playing against my opponent's deck, it seems like their deck is my Song deck, but also better because no Song. No kurwa nie, no Asiok to jest już za dużo. Że to już jest niegrzeczne. Co za typ? Po co tym grasz? Ilu amuleciarzy spotkasz na prelimie, nie? Jednego. Dobra, okej, typie, jak se chcesz. Should have boarded into the Flood Maw as well, but I'm not familiar with my opponent's deck and sideboarding seemed challenging as it was. I think Minstrel is officially retired. Seems just never actually useful. It's like, it's not really good post-board because it's a 2 mana 1/3 with no card advantage. Yeah, it's just too bad. Which is good because then we are free to building our deck the way we want to and we don't have to play